All I want for Christmas is promotion from the Conference North. Finally. Please. Hello and welcome to part 23 of Backing the Boro. I'm Kev. I think it's Christmas Eve when this comes out, which is why I've got the hat on. Apologies if you're watching this in June 2020 or something. But, you know, it was Christmas when the video came out. We're doing a triple header today because why not? We find ourselves 3 games to go until the end of the season, just hanging on to a playoff place by the skin of our teeth. However, we have to play top of the table York and second place Hereford. We need to get this off. I can't do this. Can't do this with a Santa hat on. We need our business faces on. Since you were last with me, this is how things have been going. Not too bad. No red in there, but not enough green either. If we had a bit more green, then it might be a little bit more comfortable going into these final 3 games. Realistically, the highest we're going to be able to finish is 6th, and that's if we manage to score results against the 2 teams that have pretty much dominated this league. It's going to be a tall order. Let's get into the games so this isn't the longest episode in the history of the world. This is the team that we're putting out there for the first of today's 3 games as we try and secure a playoff spot. We've got Linus in goal, a back 4 of Anderson, Ercolani, Clark and Birch, with Elliott, Wheatley and Patterson in midfield, Nicholson in behind Tomlinson and Chambers. That is my first choice team. It has been my first choice team for 5, 6, 7 matches now. I think these are our best 11 players. I am pretty much decided that if we don't go up, we're having a mass clear out over the summer. All of the high paid people are going, as we were talking about in the last episode. If we get promoted, we might keep Jordan Nicholson around. Chambers is probably moving on regardless. He's 30 and wants even more money than Jordan Nicholson did when we looked at his contract in the last video. So he's almost certainly moving on regardless of what league we're in. But there's a few others who possibly might need to move on as well. We want a complete shake-up of this team. I was looking at the top scorer charts for the league. Top scorer in the division is Ashley Pope, who you might remember from Non-League to Legend because I had him at Bath and he was awesome and 20 and scored lots of goals. And we didn't sign him because, well, we didn't even notice him, but he wasn't on our radar. Signing a new main striker wasn't part of my thought process because we've got Ashley Chambers on over £1,000 a week. Well, Pope is 10 years younger, on a quarter of the money, and has got 30 goals from 32 games for Kettering in this league. And that's the kind of play we're missing out on by being too loyal to some of these old players who want too much money. And we're now 1-0 down as well, which presumably knocks us out of the playoff spots as it stands currently. I mean, not even knocked out of them, knocked way down to 10th place. It is going to be a challenge and a half getting a result out of York today, but if we don't, this whole enterprise becomes that bit more difficult to get some success from. We've not had a shot in half an hour. We've only had 38% possession. I mean, this is a sample of what life would be like in the division above if we got promoted. Even if we managed to sneak through the back door in true Kev style, I don't think this squad of players is ready for the division above. But on the flip side of that, we can't stay in the Conference North forever. I've had enough of this league now. We've said all along this was going to be the hardest part of this whole challenge, getting out of this division. But there comes a time when we just have to admit defeat if we can't do it in 4 or 5 seasons. I mean, this is season 3 at this level now with a high budget. And I know I repeat that on most episodes, and I really want to hammer that point home. We should be doing better. And I think I know where I'm going wrong. And I think it's because we've got too much money and I'm spending it. So shake-up is coming. And it's going to involve a mass clear out. We're going to disregard dynamics completely. We're going to get rid of most of the team, keep a core group of players who play the style I want them to play. Because even this group of even the younger, better players, maybe the likes of Patterson and Wheatley, I don't know, Anderson, Birch, they're all right, but they don't play my style of football. So although they're good and young, I mean, they don't match the positions I want them to be playing in. And we tried for a season and a half playing him in the positions they wanted to play in, and that didn't work either. And yet again, Jordan Nicholson has not turned up for a big game. And that is too familiar a story. There you go, we'll just make 3 changes because why not? We're not winning this game. We'll see if they make any difference at all. They're not going to. and the league is looking depressing right now. I was hoping this big triple header to end the season would have some suspense going into the final game, but 2 games to go, we're 3 points away, and there's so many other teams above us that we need to slip up for us to move past them. It's not going to happen, I don't think. We're playing Darlington next, who need a win to try and stay in the league. So they're going to desperately want to win. And if we do manage to force our way past them somehow, we've then got to do this again against the other good team in the division, Hereford. Right. Is that? No? That was just an offside, was it? Oh, this team is going to look so different next year. So different. I'm so disappointed in these players. At least I've shown in non-league to legend with Bath that I can get out of these divisions. I don't have to do it by job humping. What is the phrase I'm looking for? Job hopping. Oh, good. We can see York celebrating. That makes me feel good. Right. Let's go and play Darlington. No changes. We go again. We've spent all this money. We've got this big bloated squad, but we don't actually have much in the way of players who are going to make the team any better. Why is that all squashed up there? That should be further down. Oh, where are we in the league right now? 10th. Oh, look at Stockport. They're 5 points ahead of us. If things end as they are, then we can't make it into the playoffs going into that final game. And that would be a disaster. Oh, and Darlington are through, and they're 1-0 up. If we can't do it on the last day, we won't even bother showing the last game. We'll just end it here. If it's mathematically impossible, we won't show the Hereford match because I won't be able to bring myself to do it. But we're 1-0 down already, down to 11th place in the league. The one saving grace we've got is I'm not getting sacked because this is all the board wanted. They wanted mid-table. The media predicted mid-table. I need a good enough summer so that next year the media predict promotion. Then at least I know that we've put together a decent squad. But we need to sort ourselves out. Right, Chambers. Possibly the last time you'll see him in this match. If we don't win it, you won't see Ashley Chambers again. Chambers scores, and it's probably like his 30th goal of the season or something. It doesn't even count for him. It's an own goal. Right, come on, let's get excited, get happy again. It's not going to be the last time you should see Ashley Chambers. You're going to see him a few more times. You're going to see him score in the playoff final yet. Yes, it was. I would give that to Chambers. There was a minor deflection there, but we'll let the game do what it wants, I guess. Right, let's have another goal now. Darlington are down where they are for a reason. We need to be able to absolutely thump them. Right, Elliott running the wrong way, interestingly, but finds Anderson, who's got a lot of space. Ball over the top. Tomlinson is just too slow to make it there, though. Tomlinson is another example of what I was talking about before, about because we've had money to spend, I've signed players like him rather than the typical players that I'd sign. Normally, in this league, I'd sign youngsters with potential. Your typical Kev Conference North, Conference South signing. 2-star current ability, 5-star potential, 18 years old, just got released by Liverpool. That's all I do every summer. But with this team, I tried to be a little bit smart and sign players like Tomlinson, like Coombs, who've got experience at this level. Tomlinson's 30 years old. Kenny Clark is 30. He's another one that we've brought in. Wheatley, I don't know how old is Wheatley. I think he's like 26, 27. So we're bringing in these players who are older, have got experience, in theory, are better players, but they don't have any potential to improve. So whereas with the typical 2-star current ability, 5-star potential signing, you get 3 or 4, if you bring in 10 of them over the summer, 3 or 4 of them by the end of the season are 3 or 4-star players at this level because they improve that quickly and they become superstars. Whereas with this slot, they come in at 2.5, 3 stars and that's where they remain. And if anything, they get a little bit worse because our training facilities aren't very good. And you're in this situation where you don't have anybody coming through, you don't have other options, and then you go and lose to Darlington at home. And I don't understand how we're losing to Darlington at home. Oh, this is... I don't care about your poxy replay. Just do one. Oh. Right, forget the size of the budget. I think the best thing for me would be for them to just halve the budget for the summer. Force me into doing what I keep telling you I'm going to do, because again, you've been watching this series for a while now. You know what I'm going to do. I'm talking a good game now. I've got a good plan, but then there'll be some fella who comes on the horizon who got 15 goals for the last 3 years in this league, and he looks a little bit better than Tomlinson, and we can afford him. So, I mean, we'll make an exception for him, and that means that the youngster doesn't make it into the team. Oh, we've got Nuneaton very wrong. Very wrong. We have a reboot this summer, everybody. And if we don't do it this time, I might fall on my sword and walk over. I might drive over to Nuneaton and offer my resignation and see what they say. We'll do one more year if they'll have me. But we've got to start making some progress. Mid-table after 3 seasons. This is like the Arsenal save all over again. Yeah, I mean, we're just making changes for the sake of making changes again. It's the story far too often. This is annoying me far more than it should be. I wanted this save to be a success. Oh, I really, really wanted to do awesome things with Nuneaton, and it just doesn't seem to be happening. And I don't know why. If you compare it to every other save I've done this year, they've all gone quite well, ultimately, eventually. This one, though, the one that I am most excited about, or was most excited about, and I think that's the problem. I was too close to it. I'm too excited. I'm trying too hard. Right. Things are going to change from the next episode. Remember, for the next week, we're going to be going into rotating this with non-league to legend each day rather than the normal schedule over the Christmas period. It's going to be, hold on, let me consult my piece of paper. The next Back in the Boro episode is going to be 4 o'clock on Wednesday, and then it's going to be Wednesday, Friday, Sunday with non-league to legend at 4 o'clock on the other days. We're just doing one episode a week between Christmas, one episode a day between Christmas and New Year. So we'll be back with Back in the Boro again on Wednesday, hopefully with a whole load of transfers and new players and the possibility to do something, because I think we've just ruled ourselves out of the playoffs. So we're going to end it there. We're not going to show you the last game, because what's the point? We're just going to lose it, and then I'll lose it, and it'll all go very wrong. So hopefully you have enjoyed that. I haven't. That's been very unpleasant. But you'll enjoy the next one. Have a good Christmas if I haven't already spoken to you through some other video or stream or wherever it might be. I hope you have a good Christmas and all that stuff. Let me know down in the comments what presents you got if you're watching this after Christmas. I'll put the hat back on for the outro. If you have enjoyed it, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. Thank you very much for watching.